you know, and everything. So I got to ask you because you seem like a very sexual and sensual lady. Am I correct?
I'd agree.
Okay. So, like today, I was, promoting the porn side of, shit because I have to remember, even though I do this podcast, I still have porn for sale. And I was watching some of it, and that guy is just extremely horny out of the blue. Does that ever happen to you when you go back and look at like your pics or any of your vids?
Oh my gosh. All the time. So editing is like something I love doing. Finding time for editing, not so much. Um, but I'll go back and I'll look through a scene and I'll just remember like, oh my gosh, being folded up like a pretzel and like the feeling of being like right in the middle of the scene and like the smells will come back to me really strong too. Like just the smell of like their body or pheromones or like the smell of sex in the room. So yeah, it definitely hits me almost every time I get through it. I'm like, damn, okay.
Yeah, cause I was, check out your stuff. And first of all, let me just make this clear, smokers. Don't let the humbleness fool you. This girl she's built like a brick house. When the Commodores made the song, she was in mind. They had her in mind and everything. And that's why I said you have to be a very sexual and sensual person with the body that you got, and the way that you're able to position it and move it when you do pics and everything. And for you, how much is porn right down your alley?
Oh my gosh. So I have been a very sexual person the majority of my life. Um, it's the core of who I am and how I like to express myself. So I've been in the sex industry for since I was about 18 years old or shortly thereafter. And I've done everything from full service to sugaring to I've been online for the past 5 years now. Um, so yeah, it's been like the core, even with like previous relationships and previous partners. I've always been really sexual with them, just kind of pushing boundaries and like not pushing boundaries, but exploring my boundaries. Um, so yeah, it's been a fun 34 years.
Yeah. Cause I see you really enjoyed yourself getting spanked in your Sailor Moon outfit at Exotica. Y'all should have saw her face as he was hitting. It was like she was having an orgasm. It was like that, people.
I love that Sailor Moon outfit. Oh my gosh.
I love it
I
too.
have been I've been a Sailor Moon fan for as long as I can remember. Anime, that's where kind of nerdy minded came from, was from the nerdy side of my like personality in real life, like my love of anime and um reading and like tabletop RPGs and video games and it just
You
kind
my
of
kind of
evolved
woman.
from
I
there.
ain't go for it. You my kind of woman because I always wanted to have a woman that was in anime. I can go to the little Comic Cons with. We could have some freaky ass sex and some anime shit. Cause no, it's funny when you did the Sailor Moon. I grew up on Sailor Moon. Let's make it this clear.
Yeah.
I used to, yes, we talk nasty and we very vivid on my podcast. I used to jerk off to Sailor Neptune. Okay, let's just
Oh,
keep it the one, the
ooh,
blue. She was
yes,
the
the,
sexiest
the
one to
book
me. I'm
smart.
sorry.
Yes.
And she had blue nipples.
So Mercury was like the book smart nerd, and I loved her. I was always
Yeah.
either Sailor Moon or Sailor Mars was like my earliest
Mm-hmm.
girl crush. Like I was in love with Sailor Mars, and then if you ever watched Power Rangers, Rita, I was in love with
Yeah.
Rita. Oh my gosh. Whew.
Oh yeah, shouts out to Lee Harris. We shared a love of Power Rangers. Yeah, you speaking to my heart right there. Power Rangers, Sailor Moon. God dang it, I can just go down the line of just anime I used to watch back in the day,
Yes.
man. Just, and see, I'm
Cartoon
old school
Network
anime.
after 11 p.m. was
What are you
amazing.
talking? I'm sorry, my fancy was to cosplay was do characters from Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh, okay. I was sad that they canceled the live action remake.
I was mad at that shit. I was like, come on. It was good too.
It
Was good.
was. It was. I wish they would have given it a chance because it had so much potential. I just wish, but nowadays, if it doesn't click immediately, they just cancel it and go, well, on to the next thing.
I was
So,
like, man, come on. I mean, they kept it exactly how it was in the cartoon to the T. And I
yep.
was like, man, oh God. See, me, you're gonna have fun with this episode. So let me speak to these smokers. Hey, smokers, and it's time to smoke it over. And welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know who I am. I'm Captain All the Summer Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link. allmylinks.com/porn rap star. 4 sponsors to tell you about. Ones you already know about. We're going to get to that in a minute. The first one being eroticismmagazine.com. Next up, award-winning blusherotica.com. For my
Yeah.
candle people, the Kinky Candle Company. That's right. Go ahead and get that. And if you need legal help, I got you covered. The Queen of Law herself, Mitchell Ferrari. Yes, all links in the description. Plus, you can find me 5 days out the week at fullswapradio.com. Go check that out. Also, you can find me as well at sgpradio.com as well as skyheartafterdarktv.com. Now, she already told you who she is, but I still got to give her the introduction. She's built like a fucking brick house. Nasty than a motherfucker. Sexy as shit. And she's a geek at heart. I'm talking about none other than the one and only, since she already said her name, I got to say it, Nerdy Minded. Say hello to the smokers.
Hello, y'all. I am Nerdy Minded. You can find me everywhere at Nerdy Minded with 3s instead of E's. All of my nasty links are going to be at allmylinks.com/nerdyminded, again with 3s instead of E's. If you Google me, you shall find what you are looking for.
Oh my God. Y'all better Google because buckle up. Now, you said you've been in since 18. So,
Yes.
and you've done pretty much every spectrum. So let's go back. What brought 18-year-old Nerdy Minded into the sex work business?
Oh my goodness. I think a lot of the reason that people are that 18 get into it, survival to pay my bills. I was definitely a survival sex worker early on. I started in the full service industry and I loved it. I had, making use of what I had, the skill set that I had, allowing a little bit of my personality to come through when I met people. That kind of was the go-to at 18, was just paying my bills and getting out of like my hometown and being able to pay my bills and kind of start a life for myself. And then I swapped. I got my Class A CDL. So I became a truck driver and kind of did those parallel to each other. I was driving coast to coast.
Which is a great thing because see, people know about the lounge lizards. So yes, some of the lounge lizards actually did drive trucks, people.
This is true. This is very true. So yes, I did drive a truck coast to coast, all 4 corners. I was out 30 days at a time, 4 days home, 30 days at a time, 4 days home, which allowed me to, capitalize on being full service. And yeah, so I guess that's been peppered over the years. I've done that on and off for years now. And then I got into sugaring a little bit, but then to be honest, full service was more my speed. Sugaring it wasn't what I was looking for. And then of course, Sesta Foster happened, Craigslist came offline, there was no longer a personals page. And we were kind of forced to do new things. And then in 2020, January 2020, I made my debut online and I have been slutting it up ever since.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you did it and stuff. But here's the interesting part. Now, why didn't you go into porn earlier? Because the keep it 100, a lot of the girls back then, when you talking Craigslist, see, that let you know Yeah, we from the same ilk and age bracket. That they use porn to boost their escorting, to
Yeah.
boost their clientele, to boost their pricing and whatnot. Why didn't you drift into the porn part of it until later on?
So a couple of things. One of them being I got married. So I was married for almost a decade, and that kind of put a damper on anything outside the confines of like a threesome or like just interactions with my husband at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of
And
got put on the back.
so you wasn't escorting when you was married?
No,
Okay,
no.
okay, then. Okay.
Um, I was doing some sugaring during that time, but I wasn't escorting then. So there was this little
Did he know
hiatus.
about your sugaring? Did he know about your sugaring?
He did. He did. He definitely knew about my sugaring. He
Okay.
was he was really okay with me exploring like my sexual boundaries with him. And
Mm-hmm.
kind of he matched my freak on a lot of things.
Okay,
That's
I got
one thing we did really well. Um, but yeah, that was there was like a little bit of a hiatus, I guess, 6 or 8 years
you.
there, and then I got divorced, and yeah, went right back into it. Did logistics for a while, got
Mm-hmm.
into the hospitality industry, all of those like soft skills that you have in escorting and building relationships and being a provider really transfer everywhere. Like
Yeah.
logistics, interacting with people. Before I started online, I was a district manager for a chain of like restaurants and convenience stores. Um, and then, COVID happened, things happened, and the world kind of came to a standstill for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to pay bills. So I went back online and, well, my first foray into being online, like an actual site, like subscriptions and stuff like that, previously was like Craigslist.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I got into OnlyFans back in January 2020. So this coming January will be 5 years. And
Okay.
I'm still trying to dip my toes in and make my foray into mainstream.
Okay then. So of course, like I said, because we all didn't know about the pandemic babies. You know what I'm saying? I was a pandemic baby when it came to the podcasting. So I transitioned from porn to podcasting around that time. So were you doing boy girl content? Were you doing solo content? What type of content was you putting up on your OnlyFans?
So when I first started, it was just solo content. It
Mm.
was squirting, toy play,
Oh
anal,
my
just kind
God,
of.
you squirt! Oh
I
my
do.
God.
I soak sheets. I soak sheets. So I started doing like squirting content. Um, I dabbled very briefly into um like the dominant side of my personality and the brand, but I'm a submissive at heart. I do like some cuckolding videos, but they're all from like a submissive standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah. So the very beginning was just kind of solo videos, and then um, my partner at the time and I would do like some stills of like blowjobs or like sloppy stills or just nothing with he didn't want to be face forward.
Mm-hmm.
So like his hand or his cock would be in it, but never his face. And then in oh gosh, January of 2021, I did my first collaboration at X3.
Mm-hmm.
And I came out and did X3, did my very first official collab with other talent. And it has been a whole bunch of fun ever since.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I could see that out this piece from the talent that I saw that she had worked with. Shouts out to my man Chris Cardio. That was
Yeah,
interesting. I saw
I
I saw some of
love
that. I
him.
was like, it was just and then my favorite word was it. I sucked the soul out of him. My boy was sitting there praying in the pussy. I was dying out laughing when I watched that.
Finny. Shout out to Finny. That was
The
an
pussy that good had to
amazing
pray in,
scene.
huh?
It was his face is the only testimony I needed.
Oh my God. So Now, when it came to your first collab, now how did you secure that collab, and what made you decide to go into the realm of doing boy girl? Because you have a lot of girls that'll sit there and try to stick it out for doing solo before they even think about doing boy girl, or even taking it to the level outside of I'm just fucking my boyfriend or I'm fucking a
Yes.
homeboy. You know what I'm saying? You went and worked with someone that was professional. So
Yes.
go ahead.
I loved it. So I realized that there was a better safety net for me working with other industry tested talent. I didn't want to shoot with, I know it's crazy. People think that stigma of us, but industry talent, we're tested regularly. Our hygiene is impeccable. Or it should be, it better be. I've been lucky enough. Everybody I've been with has been phenomenal. But my first collab was actually, they reached out to me and it was Prince Jean Claude. And
Okay.
he reached out and was like, hey, you seem new on the scene. Have you booked anything for X3? And I was like, no. And he was like, okay, well, if you'd like to do a scene together. And he kind of walked me through it. And he was, very respectful and like everything that you would want your first collab to be. I was still very new to camera angles, and you can see like in that very first scene, me I didn't know how to open up for the camera. So I didn't know all of like the angles and what it looks like and how to maneuver. It was just pure sex. It was just pure doing exactly what feels good and kind of organically working our way through it, going, oh yeah, I want to do this. Oh yeah, let's try and get you to squirt on camera. The first one was fantastic. I had a booth at X3. I had people stop by. I
So
was like,
wait a second. So when you came out big because you
I
got a
did.
booth at X3.
Yeah, I did. I have a banner. I branded. I had merch. I said, you're going to know me. You're going to know me. I'm not going to half-ass it. If this is going to be my debut, you're going to see me. And
Yeah, because like I said before that, you didn't have a lot of people didn't know you. Plus, on top of that, you didn't have a lot of content per se. So you kind of
no,
was building it. You was kind of, how can I put this? You was setting up. You kind of did it the right way. You was setting yourself up for success because
yes.
you having a booth at a. People don't realize when you have a booth at one of these conventions, it makes the fans, it makes talent look at you different. Period.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It gave me a presence.
yeah.
I have business cards. I still do. I went and got boudoir photos taken. So my business card is my legs up in the air and a pair of metal heeled stilettos. And on the back is my QR code. So I got like 500 of those and I was just handing them out left and right. Like, and then I think that was the mixer. I met some of the people that I would go on to work with. So I met B York. Shout out to B. She's absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. I met her at X3 my very first time. I haven't worked with her yet. I love her, but Evie Rees, I met my first X3. And then I think that was the mixer that I met Blush Erotica. And
Yeah,
it was either,
she was
it, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was there. And they were like, hey, we'd love to work with you in the future. And then I shot my first scene with them in May in Miami. So it was like boom, boom.
And now also with that was not just a regular scene, that was a VR scene. What I said
It was
with
my
Chris
first ever VR.
And,
They are
now I'm asking you a question. How was it shooting a VR scene versus how you would normally shoot?
so different. So the VR scene, we used a torso and dick, just the lower body, because we didn't have talent lined up for it, because it was just kind of like, hey, oh my gosh, you're going to be there. Let's collaborate. And so my first scene was with the torso, and you don't realize, but this camera is literally right here with a dot right in the middle, and you can't look at either one of the lenses or you're going to look cross-eyed. So you have to look right at the dot, and you have to remember your breathing because it all focuses right on this camera. You can see everything, you can hear everything. You realize that everything in your peripheral is visible. So you're like, and they're amazing. They set it up perfectly. I didn't have to do anything but show up and be cute and, fuck the hell out of this torso. So it's a lot different though. I learned how to crab walk. It's not something that I had done in any of my scenes, but they were like, if you can get up on all fours and simulate like the camera is eating your pussy. I was like, and then I saw it. They played some of it for me in the VR headset, and I was like, this is cutting edge. This is going to be huge.
Yeah. VR is the next step for porn.
Yeah.
And everything. That, and even to the point I can say AI, but that's a conversation for another day. So trust me, it's just the industry is not caught up with the technology.
No.
Meaning that there's not enough places for you to put VR, period. And I hate to say this, if VR happens to get hot, some of you male talents, y'all might have a problem.
VR is hot.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
Because even if you use a regular male talent, he can't breathe, he can't talk, he just got to be hard.
No, shout out to Chris Cardio. Oh my gosh. That was insane. He was C Styles, had to hold his breath the whole time that he was there. Oh my gosh, I'm giving him head and the camera's down here, and he's like, I don't hear a peep from him. He was so professional. I was like, is this man breathing at all? Is he okay? And when I was on top of him, he had to like not move his hands, but too much. I don't know if I could do it because, I mean, in the middle of giving head or riding on top, I'm like, titties flopping, breathing heavy, and he's just holding still, staying hard. And I was like, damn, you are.
Yeah, and them scenes, they really don't want to do too much stopping. Because it's VR, you know what I'm saying? It's not filmed. It's kind of like they want it live and direct. Like he was in the room. It ain't gonna be but so much stopping, you know what I'm saying? And editing and all that. So it shouts out to Chris Cardio. Trust me, I had him on the show. That dude's he's a beast, a legend in the business. So with you, because you said now you start to try to get deep into the mainstream or what have you. But you have gained a name within the 4 years you have done this. How shocked was you, one, that you gained a name quickly in the business? You know what I'm saying? Coming in just, especially after the X3, because I'm pretty sure you started to get hot after that.
I did. So I think it was the way I conduct myself, and see, I had management experience before I kind of debuted. So like everybody I've ever shot with will tell you, I'm always like 10 or 15 minutes early. I've already read my lines. I'm clean shaved, prepped, ready to go. Like I pride myself on that, on being professional in my scenes, and my scenes I have fun with. So I feel like that translates really well in my content. Like I actually want to be here. I enjoy what I do. Like I love having sex and it being real. I may be opening up to the camera, but what my face is doing, that's authentic. That's me, like in the moment. And X3, I got a dabble of it. I was like, okay, I like this. I collabed. I had a good time. Miami set it off for me. Miami, I was like, the community, everybody was so welcoming and nice. And I was always a little nervous because I'm not shaped like industry standards. I'm thick, and at the time I was heavier. At the time I was a BBW. Now I'm like in that mid-size category, but I was a big girl, and I was like, how are these people
going to
going
ask you this though? How shocking was it that was the advantage? Because the industry has moved to not only older women, but thicker women, if you think about it to a certain extent.
Yes. Okay, so they've started to like carve this space for us. Like some of the greats way before me have started to make room. And I know I don't have to be back in the, oh gosh, 90s, 2000s. It was all 90 pounds, no tattoos, blonde.
Yeah.
And now our bodies are welcome. You know, we got some cellulite, stuff shakes, we got stretch marks, we're pierced, we're tattooed. To find a community at Miami that was like, you look fucking amazing, I'd love to shoot with you, was just mind blowing, because I had so much anxiety going in here, going, what are these people going to think of my body type? As a creator, am I going to have space at places like XBiz and Exotica? And overwhelmingly, it was yes. Every time I've left an event, I have felt more sure of my decision than when I went in.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, shoot.
Have you looked at your damn self? I mean, no, seriously. I'm sorry. First of all, like I said, you got a banging ass body. You sexy as fuck, you know, facially wise. You're sexy as fuck, you know.
Thank
And then,
you.
like I said, also because you do the professional pictures, you wear heels. Thank you for wearing heels. I hate that when girls just do nothing but barefoot all the fucking time. They act like heels ain't a part of the goddamn wardrobe no
There's a
damn
place
more.
and a time for some cute bare feet, but I do love a pair of stilettos. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I just recently shot with King Noir, and I brought out the metal heeled stilettos for that scene, and he folded me like a pretzel. And looking at the stills from that, holding on to those heels, so fucking hot. I was like, that's one of those scenes I went back and watched and was like, damn.
Yeah. No,
cute.
even with the steel where the guy was eating your pussy and you was spread eagle. Yeah, she's very flexible, gentlemen. Don't let the thing fool you.
Don't let the fat fool you.
The heels made the steel. Because the way she had her legs spread eagle, and then they took the picture where you can see the heels a little bit. I'm sorry. To me, it makes a scene when you have heels in it.
I love it. And I have a lot of foot fetishists. So I get a lot of people that love, sometimes I'll get requests for, I just want you, you know, barefoot, let me see the soles of your feet. But I get a lot of fans that are like, I'll get gifts sent to my mailbox that'll be like, here, will you wear these in your next one? And I have a wall full of heels. And I converted one of my spare bedrooms into where I shoot and do my studio work at. And I have just a wall of heels that I've either bought myself or fans have bought. And I love it. They look so good in a scene, in the air, on the shoulders, walking up just for an intro. It kind of, it elevates it.
I'm sorry, even with the ride, we're talking about cowgirl, not reverse cowgirl.
Yes.
Cowgirl, where she might have the legs intertwined, her feet intertwined with my inner thigh. She got them heels. Oh my! And with an ass like hers. Beautiful. I am sorry, because I'm sorry.
Wiggle back there. Just a little.
See, don't worry, premium smokers. We're gonna get her in there so she can show that bare ass. You feel me? Because that thing is beautiful. Hey, you ever measured it?
Have ever what?
Measured it.
Oh yeah, it's 44 inches. Yep, all natural, corn fed.
Oh my goodness.
44 inches homegrown.
Oh my goodness. And like I said, yeah, she got them hips where you can see it coming and see it going. You feel me? I love it. So now for you, be it that you was, you know, in the escort, the full service, and you did the sugar, you didn't have the same hang up that some girls coming in will have. That you're already comfortable in your body. You kind of know your angles and stuff like that. How much did being in that world help you being in this world?
Oh my gosh. So being in that world gave me the confidence to navigate this one. Because I've made the mistakes, you know, early on, and have really had to find, when you're a provider, you have to know what you enjoy and what you don't. You have to build your brand. And so I was able to really navigate. I already had a list going in of stuff that I don't do, stuff that I'm interested in. kind of set up how I already had a good lingerie collection, which is, sometimes half the battle. It gave me the street smarts to be able to navigate in this world, between that and management experience, knowing how to stand up for myself, knowing how to ask what I'm worth for a scene. A lot of that life transfers here. And I know a lot of industry talent who moonlights as well. And they'll probably tell you the same thing. A lot of those skills transfer into this line of work, how to negotiate with people, um, how to be comfortable with somebody that, you've just met, how to have that chemistry. So yeah.
Yeah, because see, the thing about it is, you know how to separate business from personal. Because sex can become personal. And a lot of mistakes, especially with some people, is that when they have sex, is you guarantee to have the best sex there is, filmed or not. They, getting their feelings, you know what I'm saying? And also you understand it's business,
It is.
period. Because like a lot of people don't realize how many of us are married, have girlfriends, you know what I'm saying, boyfriends, and so forth. So they're there to shoot. They ain't there to go out on a dinner date.
No, I have I get a little bit of both, to be honest. I get some who are looking for a lot of my clients want that let's go out and have, a cocktail or a dinner date beforehand.
I mean, that's clients. We talking about filming on the film
Oh
side.
yeah, no, that is strictly, we are there to do a job. That is we are going to talk about, let me see your tests, let me go over paperwork. I like to make sure all of that's sent, like my paperwork is sent beforehand, so we have a time to actually like read over it, because sometimes clauses can be weird and everybody's contract is different. But yeah, I've been very lucky. The people that I get there to, I think I've only had one that was like really, really late, like more than 10 or 15 minutes. They've all been like on time with their paperwork, with their fresh test, hard dick, ready to shoot, had an idea of like what we were going to do, what scene was going to be good. Yeah, so I know that's not everybody's experience, but I've just count myself blessed. Everybody I've worked with so far has been very professional.
But see, also too is the criteria that you use to pick the talent. You feel me? Because let's get one. When it comes to content trade, yes, we do pick them based off we want to fuck them, but that can't be the lone reason why you picked them neither.
No, there's so much that goes into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, go ahead and explain.
So when usually I will be the person that reaches out to talent. I have had a few that have reached out that have been like, hey, but if you're reaching out to me, I'm always looking for, how did you reach out? I have never said yes to somebody who slid in my Twitter mentions or my DMs and have been like, hey, I want to fuck you. Absolutely not. Next. I do react to people who go, hey, I'm so-and-so, here are my links, here's a scene I have in mind for you. I love this about you, and that's why I'd love to shoot this kind of scene. They've done their homework. They're genuinely interested in shooting. And, I look at things like same demographics. Do you only shoot with very small framed people? If you do, your base is going to be pissed when you get a big girl in there and they're like, this isn't, and I've seen it happen before. I've shot with a talent who mostly shot very small framed people, and when you see the comments and they're like, she's a little fat, and I'm like, I still suck the meat off that thing. So I try and make sure.
I was the opposite end. I was the one that I was shooting with the bigger, thick girls. So when I had hollered at the skinny girl, they were like, do I fit what you look? I'm like, yeah, because sometimes you want to expand your palette. I was always taught never leave money on the table. So now there's some things, no, I will never stick my dick in this lifetime, period. But no matter how sexy I might find, them. You get me?
Yeah.
but it when it comes down, damn, I lost my train of thought.
Basically, well,
see what happened when someone like her come up on here, because I like them thick.
sometimes.
You know what I'm saying? But no, but seriously, it's just, to me, it's like I said, you want to deal with people of equal yoke. You want to deal with, because especially if you're talking about trying to get paid gigs, you're trying to get mainstream. These companies look at who the hell you fucking. They actually do it. People don't believe that shit, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I don't.
But sometimes, go ahead.
I've had some that have reached out, or that I've reached out to them, and they, especially very early on in my career, and they were like, it's not like the follower count. I didn't have a lot of collab stuff out. They were like, reach back out down the road. And I absolutely respect it, because I was brand new to the online scene. Now I have a lot, I have a videography. I have a huge selection. I have a ton of collabs. 3 industry scenes under my belt. And it's kind of getting around. I use people as references the same way I vet other people. I ask the same thing. And I think having that professionalism and expecting that level of professionalism from other people, and not negotiating on that. If for a minute it's unprofessional in the interactions we have, if you get nasty in a Twitter DM or something, I'm done. The minute it comes into a red flag, or a minute it sounds like you're trying to get something for nothing. I've had, some industry labels reach out, some producers, and go, hey, we want to shoot with you. We're thinking this rate. And I'm like, this is my rate. And they're like, would you do? No. And if you keep at it, then I just don't work with you, because I know what I'm worth. So I don't know. I guess it's just kind of never.
But see, you're not in a position to where you're depending upon content also. You feel me? Whether it's paid or whether it's you're making money off of your content, because you also branded yourself with doing the meet and greets, with doing other things within the industry that makes money. I always talk about that, of females expanding their brand to where they still making money within the porn business, but it's not necessarily being in front of the camera, because y'all got too many ways of making fucking money. I'm sorry. If the men, we ain't got so many
ways. Diversify is the name of the game. You got to diversify. We are making clips. We're doing audio clips. We are making customs. We are on, sites that give us traffic, like Pornhub and like X-Hamster and stuff like that. Places to generate traffic for us. We are everywhere, juggling so many hats. But that's what you have to do. Diversifying is the name of the game, to stay relevant, to stay on top of market trends. If I just had to pay my bills on my OnlyFans money alone, I could not pay all of my bills on my OnlyFans money. So you have to have other things in rotation these days to kind of keep the money constant. And anytime, like I always tell everybody that's, getting into this more, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because there's been multiple times, like for OnlyFans, for instance, where we weren't sure if they were going to allow adult content anymore. And that had been where my entire focus was when I first started. So then I was like, oh, after that scare, I said, absolutely not. So I started streaming, and I love it. Streaming is so much fun. I have a pretty steady fan base from that, and I absolutely love it. But yeah, it's necessity, really.
So now we're about to have some fun, people. Now, she's been in it 4 years. So and I know there's been requested because that ass is plump and righteous. Do we do anal?
We do. Ooh. I have not done any collaborations with anal. I've done anal with partners and have
Okay.
posted it. But I have been dying to do, I'm holding off on my anal. I want it to be like a debut. I want it to be my anal debut in the industry. And I am saving, I don't know what company is going to come along and pay for my ass, but one of them will. And then we'll have my anal debut. I'm excited.
Now here's the question: what the biggest dick you done had in your ass, whether it's dildo
Ooh.
or attached?
Okay,
To a man?
so my ex-husband was the size of a Febreze can. So that's the biggest
Oh,
dick
she
I've
can
ever
handle me then. She can handle me,
had.
fellas.
No, we did not get that whole monster in there, but we damn sure tried.
Oh my goodness.
But
But
I
yeah, no, that's
do,
it.
yeah, I do have like the multi-size plugs. I've done the
Mm-hmm.
really big tentacles
Mm-hmm.
because I like the nice taper to it. It lets me adjust. But yeah, I've had some pretty decent hat back there. No
See,
complaints.
you could tell she liked, cause look how she just twitched her shoulder, right? Like, see, now you know I was good male time. I could always read the room. You feel me? People
Yeah.
read the room. So now, speaking about reading the room, have we done or looking to add to our repertoire a gangbang?
So, gangbang, yes, but I want to start small and work my way out because I don't want to lose the focus of I like paying attention to a dick when it's in my mouth. And I
Mm-hmm.
see some gangbangs that are shot and it's just like 2 seconds with each one. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want 2 seconds with each one. I would like them lined up on a couch and like let me suck them slowly all the way down the line, or let
Mm-hmm.
me suck two of them while I get fucked by a third.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to get to too many where it's just like a circle of people and it's a blur. I like taking my time with it. I like getting into it. I think that's part of my brand is the sensuality I bring to it. And
Yeah.
not saying you can't bring sensuality to a gangbang, because I've definitely seen it. Shout out to Kazumi. She did it with, I think, Erica Lust. And
Mm-hmm.
you can definitely bring sensuality to a gangbang. Yeah, I want like 4 or 5 and to just be stuffed.
Yeah, because to me it seems like, which I'm pretty sure you have the rough sex scenes, but it seems like
Yeah.
your best work, your best scenes, the shit that to me your brand and your staple of your brand is the sensualness. Because when I
Yeah.
look at you, I'm just being honest. When I look at you and if I work with you, I don't want to just rough fuck you. I want this to be slow, methodical.
Yeah.
You know, this steak, I want to enjoy this because the way your body is, how thick you are, the way your body is, you know, the way it look with the pictures and the way that you angle your body, it's just like, and I don't see how the dudes want to goddamn pound the shit out your ass.
I need as a measure, I need 30 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes with your dick in my mouth. Like I have to have that. Like it gets me wet. I love spending 20 or 30 minutes on it. I get really drooly. I do like sloppy head is my specialty. If you look at any of my videos, I want spit bubbles, drool, mascara running, blowjobs. Like those are my favorite things to
They're
give.
my favorite.
So
They're my favorite type blowjobs to get to. Actually, I'm talking about the
yeah,
shit's so wet. Her hair is wet. Is that how much shit
yeah.
she done used?
My makeup is not the same before and after. I have fucked up my lipstick, my
Mm.
mascara. I have rubbed dick on my face. Yes,
Oh my
I
god.
love it. Love it. I want to see how much I can take before I have to breathe and then go like 3 more seconds past that. So
See, I'm
yeah, no,
sorry. It's nothing better than seeing a thick ass woman giving a nasty ass blowjob and the ass is wiggling and she's sucking that motherfucker. I'm sorry, but
yes.
it'll do something to your soul.
Whew. The shoot you're talking about where Finney was praying, one of my favorites because just giving head and my ass is just shaking and the shot looks amazing. Shout out to Alex Blair. She was the videographer for that, and it turned out so fucking good. Shot with a GoPro of all things, and it turned out amazing. But giving head with the eyes, and you can see the ass in the back, just chef's kiss every time. Love it.
Oh my God. So it's safe to say that you enjoy giving a masterful blowjob, obviously.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Almost as much as I love eating pussy, but definitely they're like neck and neck. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
See, that's why I said it's girls like her, it's ladies like her that make me hate that I'm retired.
Come back out for one more round.
Oh, I come out for your thick ass. I'm sorry. Jesus. When I was looking at your pictures, I was like, man, what the fuck? God damn. Woo. My kind is insects used to say, goddamn, but one of my favorite rock bands. You're my kind. Yes. So now on the BDSM scale, is that something have you done before you want to travel into?
Yes. So I am dipping more into it with my collaborations. It's always been a big part of my personal life. I'm very much into the scene. I love being tied up. I love impact play. Every time I go to an exotica, I always stop by and get flogged and paddled. There's pictures. You can see my red ass all over Twitter. But I love impact play. I love breath play, being tied up. I love, yes, I love all aspects of it. Most recently, like I said, I shot with King Noir, and he brought his floggers with him. And the beginning of that scene is just him flogging my ass, and it was amazing.
I'm jealous. You know I'm a Dom people. I'm just jealous of all this shit. She just touching my heart. God damn.
I had who was it? Daddy Hef at the last Exotica that I went to, and I was marked up. I was marked up for days after that. It was fantastic. I was on the cross, and he just it was amazing.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I need to go to a good dungeon. There ain't one nearby me out this motherfucker. I be hating that shit. I can't indulge in my BDSM side of me in this damn state. It sucks. Ass. Jesus, man. God, I miss having a slave. But anyway, so, but the thing that I definitely wanted to touch on is that with you being in the business and everything, what did you discover about yourself when it came to porn that you didn't discover about yourself with escorting? Because the one thing about it is that I always talk about this, that porn can give us the ability for sexual discovery. Now, same thing can be said about escorting.
Yeah.
In many ways, period. Because clients gonna want different shit. You're gonna have some clients that might want the full service. You might have some clients that want fetish. Yeah. And you ain't even fucking or nothing that day. You ain't even gonna come out your clothes.
Nope. Period. Sure I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? So for you, what did you learn when it comes to the adult film side about yourself that you didn't know prior to that?
So exploration of my sexuality with women got to be explored more. I have had couples as clients. I've had a handful of women as clients, but predominantly I have men. So in the industry, collaborating with women and getting to explore more, and the community of women that I've made there, I have a community of providers, but it's not the same as the community of other talent. Like I said, I've shot with B, and she was phenomenal and so knowledgeable, and so willing to impart. Like, there's no gatekeeping. I was relatively new when I shot with her, and she was like, here, let me tell you about lighting. Let me tell you about angles. Let me tell you about recording your audio to have an audio file, because some people just want to listen and don't want to watch. She put me on to so much. I think that's something I didn't really have to think about much as a provider is lighting. I make the room feel nice and I have a good ambiance, but I don't have to worry about shadow boxes and a ring light and audio recording. It's really just reading people and reading a room.
See, the reason why, so you can understand this. When you started doing porn, you're no longer just the typical escort. Because let me explain why. Remember, at the beginning of the show, I always talk about this. Females, back in the day, if you said content trade to them, would say, look at you like you crazy and say, I don't fuck for free. Okay? But they would do porn to boost their escorting prices and as well as clientele, traffic, what have you. Because one, no better verification for a client than to see your ass on DVD.
Yep.
There you go. We know you ain't 5-0. We know there ain't no stain with you. This back in the day when they were heavy on that shit. Yeah. Two, also, you're a pseudo celebrity. Period. So yeah, even with girls that got into escorting before porn, when they did that first porn, that price went up. So now with that being said,
gave myself a raise.
How much have things changed on that end of the business for you since you done became hot when it came to the porn?
Oh my gosh, it makes my clients a lot more comfortable because I have so many places you can find me at. I don't have to, that fear is gone because I am verified. Just Google me. You can find whatever hole you're looking for on a Google search. So that took away that. Also, I was able to give myself a pay raise. After I did 2 blush erotica VR scenes, and then I did a blush erotica scene by itself, not VR. And after that, they promoted me really well. And I have a fantastic relationship with them. And that got my name out there. I had some credibility. I could say, hey, reach out to them if you want references to see what my professionalism is like on scene. It gave me a foot in the door other places. But in the escorting business, I was able to give myself a raise. I'm like, look, you can go to an official website and see me in VR, hopping up and down, titties in your face. You're welcome. I'm able to put, published model and established content creator and porn star on my profile now in my ads. So that's brought in business. People are like, oh, now porn star experience is a service I offer, not just girlfriend experience. So it's brought in good clientele. I'm not going to lie, steady business.
Yeah, because it's kind of like people don't realize it does go hand in hand because your fans are not coming to see you for a fucking autograph. And plus the autograph is part.
Some want to see my titties up close and get my name on a card.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. But to me, it's part of, once again, ladies make their money off of goods and services in porn. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it is a business.
Yeah.
So for you, it's kind of like this. I'm gonna ask also on the other end of this. Did you think that your age would have been an advantage with you coming out so late? You feel where I'm coming from? Because it's one thing for escorting, because understand, escorting is different than porn. I don't give a fuck. It might be the same principle that you're getting paid to fuck, but it's different.
It is
more than just the camera.
So I was so nervous with my age more coming into porn than I ever was, age was never a worry for me being a provider ever. You know, my age has always been in my ad. Nobody's ever balked at it. Nobody's ever been like, oh my gosh. Porn, I was worried because I fall in this. I am not a teen. I'm not 18, 19, 20. So there's not that allure of that, you know, young. But I'm under 40. So I was so nervous that there would be this middle ground of, well, what category do I fall in? I'm too old for porn. And that's not a thing. Not a thing, not a thing. I did my first GILF scene with Ruby Lynn. Let me tell you, she's still fucking. Shout out to her amazing self. But there's no age in porn. It's just finding your niche for it, finding your community, finding the fans that love that. And I have to say,
Oh no. Hold on. Give it a second, people. She will be back. There we go.
There I am.
Yeah. It happens sometimes. Go ahead.
The custom was like, I'd love you to be in a MILF role. And that set off my custom career. That's no joke. I did one custom and it was bully, stepmom blows stepson's bully. And it was me in like this maternal role.
Yeah,
as
I
a
saw the trailer for that. I saw the trailer for that.
Oh, let me tell you, that role I have made.
I saw
There
that trailer.
are 15 episodes of it right now. And the only way you get an episode is you buy a custom and you tell me the next part of the script. That's the only way episodes come out. I've got 15 of them right now. I've got some in queue. And the world opened up for that. And I embraced it. I was like, okay, so MILF's not bad. You know,
I mean, because if you want to be technical about it, the game is getting older anyway. That's where it's at. Because the fan base want older women. Even to interracial BDSM, they want to see older women get down. You know,
that representation is important. We're fucking. We are. And, you know, in my experience, you've honed what you like a little bit more. There's a professionalism. It's definitely present in the younger people in porn, but definitely the more older I come across, it's been well honed. The older people that I've shot with, once they get past 30, there's that business mind. There's that. And not saying it's not present elsewhere, but it's really present. And like the people I shoot with over 30, they are, you know, they know how we're marketing. We've got time schedules. We've got cross promoting, just at a level of professionalism that I appreciate so much. And I don't mind it. I was a stepmom for many, many years, and I've embraced it. I get to be that MILF, and people are so welcoming for it. I get to be the older girl next door. You know?
But see, to me, it's like this, because I always say every female has a staple of what their brand is going to be, their character, what have you. To me, I'm not even going to front. I think you should lean more into the sensual shit, because, like I said, to me, I think those scenes, don't get it twisted. You have some scenes where they're going to pound the shit out you, you know, the BDSM, gangbang. But to me, like the sensual scenes with the role play, I think you kill it.
Thank you. I get into this role, into this facet of myself, and people ask, you know, is Nerdy Minded just a brand? But it's really just parts and pieces of me. I keep some stuff for myself, but it's so much me that it's not hard to be nerdy minded on camera, because it's so close to who I actually am and the things I enjoy. And so, yeah.
See, I would love to, if I was filming, I would love to reprise the my in-law scene with her. I could just see her just looking at me, she unbuttoning that shirt / dress, and she was like, "So what? You don't find me sexy? I mean,
And then
am I that?"
I get the I get the glasses on,
Yeah.
and then it all
Mm,
and then that
yeah.
MILF
Yeah.
comes out.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Because to me, that's the type of point I wanted to make, and always wanted to
Yeah.
make with the storylines and stuff like that. Because even with the outfit you got on, that with some heels, oh my God, people,
Yeah.
the scene. You know what I'm saying? It just because that's the other thing we lost: the art of taking the clothes off and working
Yes.
around the clothes and fucking and keeping the
Don't just be
heels on.
naked. I want to see you take it off. I love the realness of it. I love stumbling over a button or having somebody stumbling trying to get their pants off quick enough because they just want their cock out. And I'm like, I love the realness of sex. And that's why I love that I get to shoot all of my scenes. All of the talent I've collabed with have been so real and so authentic, and we just roll with it. We have a loose guideline of the direction we want it to go, and then we just feel it out. Like you and me here, eyes to eyes. Let's just see what feels good. Let's see what angles look good. I I love it. I cannot complain one bit, and I love that I get to have authentic, sensual sex. Now, do we get down and dirty and I get my ass cheeks absolutely pounded? I surely do. We work up to it though. It's a
Oh
slow
yeah.
teasing.
See,
It's
that's how I used to like to shoot. I wanted to start off slow and methodical and sensual, and then
yeah,
some parts. That's when I get to the pounding, like the doggy style or what have you. But then slow it back because I wanted our sex to tell a story. Just
yeah,
as much as the story that we told with the skit. Because I want everything that I do to tell a story, even to how
yeah,
we fuck, when the way we choose the positions, to how she move and how I move. And, to me, that what makes a great porn, because it's the energy that they're feeling on the screen that we're giving off.
that
So it's kind of
chemistry
like,
when
that's
you
why I
can
used to
when
like
you get
kissing on
done with the
set.
scene. Yes, yes, when you get off of a scene and you're done watching something and you're like, damn, they like each other in real life. Like
Yeah.
that chemistry was hot. I want that to translate. I want you to go, damn, like I felt like I was interrupting. Like that was a private moment I just saw. I want you there and to feel that.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm really selective with who I collab with, because I want that kind of chemistry, that kind
Yeah.
of sensuality, and sometimes that feralness that comes out with like
Yes.
just being so attracted to somebody. I'm like, I just want this in
Just
me
like they
so
don't hardly
bad.
kiss no more. It's like I love kissing in the scene. To me, that makes the scene more intense.
Yes. Yes. Let me get my tongue in your mouth and explore. Like, kiss me, spit in my mouth. Like, let me just take my time enjoying.
Look, I done held this sex ass woman up here for an hour and we ain't touched shit. And mind you, we done talked for an hour. So I got to ask this sexy, gorgeous ass woman the $1,000,000 question. Miss Nerdy Minded, can I call you my nerdy smoke buddy? Smoke buddy.
You sure can.
There you go, people. She will be back here on the Smokers Lounge.
I will
And
indeed.
can you please show off your outfit? I don't give a damn. I'm breaking protocol. If she show off the outfit, people, we're going to bring her to the premium smoke room, people. That's right. On Loyal Fans, you must fucking subscribe. Why? Because you get to see way more than what you're seeing right now, because it gets more candid, it gets more provocative, it gets more wild, it gets more crazier, it gets more unpredictable. But ticks pop out, dildos might come out. You don't know unless you subscribe. 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy, plus special events. You feel me? And I got some stuff coming your way heavy. Plus, to my Spotify users, I haven't forgot about you. I got subscription side to that too. Also, Savage Smoke, where I talk to the industry top male talents. as we give you that real smoke about the industry itself, plus over 500 episodes of limited podcast series that I did in the past, premium smoke podcast episodes that are not on loyal fans, and special episodes that I do strictly just for the people that are subscribing over there on Spotify. So I got 2 ways for you to get subscription-based content. You can either become a premium smoker, or you can catch some savage smoke, or you can get both of them. Either way, subscribe. So speaking about subscribe, I'm going to shut up and let this gorgeous ass woman, damn, and tell you where to go spend money on it. Go ahead.
Ooh. So, y'all, I'm Nerdy Minded with 3s instead of E's. You can find me everywhere at Nerdy Minded with 3s instead of E's. You can find me on the hub at Nerdy Minded with 3s instead of E's. allmylinks.com/nerdyminded with, you guessed it, 3s instead of E's. And you can find links to all of my filth, all of my nastiness, all of my wholesomeness, all of my wholesomeness. And come check me out. Subscribe.
Y'all see how she got me biting my lip, right? I'm sorry. The energy, bro, I can just feel it. Damn.
Yes. Woo. Tell the industry you want to see me on your set. Shameless plug, shameless plug.
So, people, so what did we give you to smoke over this time around? What did you learn? Well, there's more ways to make money in porn and sex work. You just have to take the time out to figure out which ones work best for you. You cannot be dependent on one way of making money because one, last I checked, law of averages is better. 5 checks is better than 1. I'm the proof of that, people. You feel me? And on top of that, also you have to be willing to expand yourself. As she said, divest. You feel me? Because the thing about it is, you are the business. The business is you the product. You know what I'm saying? You the product. They're coming to see you. What you're giving them is goods and services. Your goods is the content, the subscriptions. You feel me? Your services, the webcam, the custom videos, and even the meet and greets.
Yes, sir.
Now, I just named off, 6 ways that you can actually make money. Now, granted, if you're a woman, you have many ways of making money. But as a man, you also have ways of making money as well. And if you actually pay attention to my podcast, I kind of gave you the blueprint to that as well. The key is, if you're going to do this business, you have to walk into it like it's a business. I don't know how many times I got to keep saying that. And I'll keep saying that till I'm blue in the face and dead. Because all the things you have to go through, all the things you have to deal with, all the things you have to think about, all the sacrifices that we have to make to do this business personal.
Yes.
Personal. Why
you
not?
Have to be prepared for every member of your family to know that you do this, because I promise eventually it all comes out in the wash. So you need to be prepared for Nana, for whoever you got in your family that you don't want to see it, to hear that you've done it. Because it will definitely happen. There's a chance, if you're working civilian work, that your job will find out. I've had an employer find out that I did this. It caused a hell of an issue. So yes, there are so many risks. Please weigh out the pros and cons. Make sure that it is the right decision for you. Only you can make that decision. Don't let anybody pressure you. It's not a quick buck. You will not get rich overnight. It's not just some feet pics and some giggles. Please know it is work. My first year, I worked this 45, 50, 60 hours a week, networking, editing content. I know that there's a lot of people who've had to do a lot more to make it. So definitely weigh your pros and cons. It is not an overnight success. It is not a get rich quick scheme. It is a job. It is work.
Yes. And see, too, the biggest lesson that I want you to come away with, see, I like her. That's why she coming back for sure. Is this the key? Everyone want to ask the question, what's the key to making money in this business? What's the key to having longevity in this business? It's part of being professional is also the look. You people have to remember whether you are male or female, you are a sex symbol. So you have to give off that look and that energy. You feel me? See, there's a reason why I talk about having heels. Because if you look at the fashion shows, the sex symbols, what the fuck you think they're wearing? When you see the girls in their Instagram post that y'all sit here and want to emulate and look at, what you think they're wearing when they're wearing those sexy dresses from Fashion Nova. You feel me? It's a part
That's
of the
huge.
wardrobe. It's part of the costume. You feel what I'm saying? Professional looking pics. And y'all cameras got good cameras. So y'all can
Oh yeah.
take some professional pictures. You just had to lighten. But the point is you're putting thought behind what you're doing and effort. And it pays off. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about you made 6 figures that 1 month. Are you making 6 figures every month? And in year 3, is it 7 figures? Now, smoke that over. So with that being said, we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Say goodbye to him, Miss Nerdy Minded.
Bye, y'all. Have a good night.
We out.